Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that even though Buffy was widely championed as a this great feminist show at the time, and in some ways it really was and is, and still, but the way that it's almost as if in in fighting back against the whole idea of women always being men's victims, because they wanted to have like a strong empowered girl. I mean, the whole reason for the show is Joss is like he wanted to write a show about this young pretty blonde girl who gets cornered in a dark alley by a killer, and instead of like getting killed, like she fights back and she triumphs, right? That's the whole thing. So that's all great. But it does feel like watching the show, like Buffy is frequently punished for um, wanting to like be sexual and wanting to have like intimacy and like have like a loving relationship with someone who she's also sleeping with. It does feel like she's being punished. She wasn't really punished with Riley, but in a way. Um, but I mean, she kind of like near the end of it, she kind of was. But that was different. Like he wasn't like during the course. That was the one relationship she had where like at least for most of it. It wasn't it wasn't toxic, at least for most of it. But then but of course the irony of that being that even Riley himself noted that she didn't love him, and it was because she was apparently, for whatever reason, I guess because she felt like with the burden of slayerness and having world-saving responsibilities thrust upon her every night, not feeling like she could have a relationship with a normal guy who wasn't supernaturally strong and could take care of himself without needing her help all the time, probably drew her to the wrong, well, vampires won, and then there was just Parker, but that was a mistake. But again, but again, so this idea of like obviously the show wants to call guys out on their toxic sexual behavior, the way they treat women as disposable. But at the same time, yeah, it does. There were definitely a lot of times when it felt like, well, Buffy's just like being punished because she wants to have a normal sex life. Like it was